Hi, this is a video about Python regular expressions. So let's take a look at this variable right here, data. This is a good example of what you might have if you have an Excel file and you save it to a CSV. You end up with data with comma delimiters. Anytime you had data in a column of Excel, then it comes out in between commas in your data file. So let's say I want to separate this one individual string into 4 different sections, the different parts of the data. Well, I'm going to first import the regular expression module, and then I can use regular expression, and I'm going to end up splitting this string, in this case just on the commas. And so I'm going to split the data by the commas, and now I've got the 4 individual sections of data. And because I'm using the regular expression module, I could get a whole lot more complex on what I'm splitting on. So let's look at another example and we'll get an idea of how powerful regular expressions really are. So in other examples in Python, we have data in variables like car in X, and we can see, is the variable X, the contents of the variable X, is that exactly equal to car? And we can find out true or false. So is it exactly equal to dog? False. But here, to see if something is exactly equal, we're only matching on the exact characters. Regular expressions are a lot more powerful. Take a look at this variable zipCodes. Well, I have a lot of different strings of numbers, and some of them could be zip codes. This one looks like it could be a zip code, this could be a zip code, and some of them just couldn't be. So they're too short, or they're too long, or they have something like a letter embedded in the middle, and so they couldn't possibly be a zip code. So how would we match, is something exactly a zip code, when we don't know in advance what exactly the numbers are, and they could be anything from 0 to 9. We just need 5 of them in this case. Well, regular expressions will provide just the tool we need. So I'm going to do another regular expression function, find all, and now I have to provide a pattern and then the string where I want to look for that pattern. So if I were to kind of do things like in the other example, I could literally just exactly type in what I'm looking for. If I'm looking for any instance of the number 1 in the zip codes, then it'll find all the number 1s, but not exactly what I was hoping for. So what I really want to know is, are there numbers between 0 and 9? And I don't just want one of them, I want exactly 5 numbers between 0 and 9. So in regular expressions, we can provide a few special identifiers for quantities. We could say, is there 0 or more, or 1 or more, 0 or 1, or an exact number match, like exactly 5 of these, or 1 to 5. And we also can provide ranges. So instead of me typing in everything that would be possible 0 through 9, I can say 0-9, or if it was letters A to Z or A to F, or upper or lower case. So we can provide something like this in square brackets to say, here is a range of the valid values I'm looking for. So let's try using that technique. So we know it's going to be 0 to 9, and I'm going to specify that the quantity, there has to be exactly 5 of those numbers between 0 and 9. So if I look at my original zip code strings, it found that this could be a zip code, this could be a zip code, and then it also came up with 2 other possible matches. It said, well, there's 5 numbers here and another 5 numbers here. Those could be zip codes as well. In that case, I would disagree with it, but in the first 2 cases, right on, it found 5 numbers in a row. Well, how could we eliminate some of the other things that aren't zip codes? Well, there's a lot of other powerful expressions you could use. Here's some of them. We've got /D matching any decimal digit, /D for a non-decimal digit. We could match on white space, non-white space, alphanumeric characters and underscores. And then the one I'm going to utilize is /b for an empty string, looking for, is this the beginning or the end of a word? But first, let me try out this because it's an alternative to what I have for 0 through 9. So I'm going to just verify that there's another option. Instead of typing 0 through 9 in the square brackets, I could say I'm looking for any digits and I want 5 digits, and I get the same result. So